let's talk about floor loot, right? They told us was at the beginning of the year in one of the creator calls that their goal is to change the gulag every single season, the ground loot every single season, and what else? And new metas. We'll go over one by one of those. Let's just start with gulag. Nothing was changed, right? They just added 2 ladders.
They added a ladder, Hector.
All right.
They added a ladder.
They added 2 ladders, you know, to that. And then now let's talk about floor loot. So floor loot, I said before season 3 dropped, I said ground loot is in the worst state possible. It is so shitty. And now, bro, I feel like it's even more ass than what it was in season 2. How we went back into floor loot, I don't know. Adrian, talk to me. What do you guys think about ground loot? Aiden, you can go ahead and go first. I feel like just for to keep in mind, chat and everybody watching at home, I feel like back when Caldera integrated, there was so many guns ground loot that you could get off rip. The PPSH, the MP5 Cold War. There was so many guns off rip that you could pick up and were actually viable. That it wasn't. Yeah, it was a difference between your loadout gun and then your ground loot, but it wasn't that big of a difference, right? To where now it's like, dog, if they had the pistol, I know it got nerfed yesterday, but if they had somebody had that pistol and another ground loot gun, you're getting fucking shit on. So I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah,
I add one little quick line in there?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as bad. It's bad, but it wouldn't be as bad as if somebody in the next room next to you could just open a chest and get their loadout guns. Like, because the gap between that and what you're getting in your chest is so significant.
Agreed.
It's stupid. But go ahead.
Yeah, I remember playing that too. I actually did. So I did play pubs on Rebirth, but it was one of those 2v2 tournaments. Okay. And the worst thing, I remember just getting dominated on that because it was Jace. He found his loadout chest right away, like right off the rip when the Renetti was a thing. And then I'm just sitting here picking up MTZ interceptors with like wonky 3Xs on it. I'm like, bro, you win, man. Just take it.
Facts.
Yeah. The ground loot, too many like marksman rifles, like too many like unnecessary things. And it's not like, I don't know what they're trying to cater to by doing that, because it's like maybe you're trying to get people to like level up their guns or whatever, but it's like I don't think there's one person in the world that is like, I want this no sight MTZ interceptor. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily think you're making anybody happy by doing that. So I don't know what the purpose. I don't know.
I agree. You're spitting, man. Like maybe this is a faded take, but like keep guns that are actually even somewhat viable. They don't even have to be meta, but like keep things that are viable. Take off like or reduce the spawn rate. Don't take them off completely. Of like RPGs, shotguns, snipers. Diaz was making fun of me because he's like he was watching me play a game and he's not like five chests in a row. I got a sniper. Like and he was literally like, he was like, bro, there's no way. And like I didn't notice, and I was just going to like the next one. And chat was like making fun of me. They're like, bro, there's no way you just did 6 snipers in a row. Like there's no way. So like things like that, I don't know. I mean, Adrian, what you think, man? What could they do to kind of make the ground loop better?
That's rough, because like J God said with the patch notes, like where the fuck are the meta changes and the different variables for guns? Like me personally, bro, fuck the ground loot. I'm full sending everything with the pistol. The pistol the pistol smokes fucking everything on the ground loot. But to change, like, what can they change? Definitely, I'm with you. Reducing the spawn rate of snipers. I see a sniper, I want to say every other crate. RPGs as well. I'm getting fucking claymores out of boxes, first chest. It's just rough. I miss that Caldera. You had the MP40. You had, like you said, the Cold War MP5. Even the snipers then were viable. I feel like you got the tank rifle and shit like that, but it's just rough. I really don't know what they could change for the ground loot.
Well, also part of the problem is some of the floor loot, it doesn't even equate to the squad size you're playing. Because if you're playing quads, then like you need to have the biggest mag. They give you like a 20-round mag on some garbage. Yeah. But like solo's cool. You could use whatever. You can get away with 1 mag. But literally giving you like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think so. Something that I just thought of is they preach that the recommended weapons are like the quote unquote meta. Why don't they just put recommended weapons in ground loot? You know, that would change every season. If they did updates on guns, that would change every season.
It would auto change, yeah.
And so the recommended guns would always be ground loot. where I mean, we have this whole feature called recommended guns. Where the fuck are the recommended guns? They're not. I mean, I can't even like. So they should just put them in ground loot, right? I mean, there's so many ARs and SMGs and everything that are recommended, but the ground loot is horrible.
Like, I'm not even trolling. This is not. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being so dead ass. How do you think they go about creating a ground loot pool? Do you think they just throw it all into a fucking mixer and then just hit shuffle and then just whatever comes out? Like, or do you think it's intentional? Because at least I feel like these things, it doesn't seem intentional. It doesn't seem like it's like, bro, come on, man. Like,
It's so random.
like,
They
it's
use a
got-
loadout generator, floor loot generator. They go to the website somewhere.
It's got to
They
be
find a
randomized.
website somewhere. They press a button. I'm just playing.
Bro, they're getting their loadouts from Lucky Shamu's TikTok meta videos, bro. I swear.
There it is, bro.
Like,
Oh man. Oh well, I mean, look, let's talk about now the lack of meta changes, right? Sadly, I think this, I could probably grab a clip of this from last podcast and then put some sad music over this. But ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to say that, you know, after 2 long seasons, season 3, the official meta is RAM 9 HR or RAM HRM, RAM 7 HRM. No meta changes. There are maybe
I think people are
one-
still using the SOA a little bit. Like, some good players.
yeah, people with Cronuses. Like,
I'm going back to the RAM. I've gone back to the
Yeah.
RAM.
When you
now.
have
I like it.
Adrian and Diaz using the RAM, I don't want to hear nothing about the SOA, bro. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to hear nothing about the SOA.
not facts.
I don't know, boys. Talk to me, man. There's got to be, bro. Like, I'm tired of this minuscule adjusting. Like, oh, let's make it still viable, but nerf that shit to the ground. Nerf the RAM. Buff things. Like, I want to see some drastic changes, boys. I don't know. Talk to me. What do you guys think about the current meta?
I will. Yeah. I mean, this has been quite some time. We've been using the same stuff. I think the HR. Yeah. I mean, I've been trying the Striker 9. I think it's actually really good. I think it's comparable to the HRM, but I think there's just little aspects about the HRM that are still just tops it off. And I really don't know what we got to do anymore. I think it's because they like nerf it, like you said, very minuscule, but they're not really. They like buff the other guns, but like not important stuff. Like, oh, well, they buffed the sprint to fire by like a little bit. And it's like, all right, like, I don't really think that's what we were worried about. That thing's shooting fucking pebbles, bro. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, hopefully all the feedback and them seeing us use the same guns over and over. Hopefully that. I don't fucking know, bro. We're
Hector,
fucked.
you've touched on this before, where I know you've said this on the pod before, where I mean, new metas and new guns and ground loot, it literally changes the game. It makes the game feel like a totally brand new game. So it's confusing why we're just playing the same game over and over again. I mean, bro, it's especially with how repetitive Resurgence is. Like, can we change the game so it feels different? Like, it just, I do agree with you.
J God, what did you say last time? I think it was you. You said there should be pools of ground loot and that they rotate every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like,
Or something, yeah. Like, you kind of know what to expect when you get your loot or whatever. That it should kind of cycle out.
I mean, what could right now be in the game that, like, what guns do you guys want to see as meta? I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. Rival 9. I know you guys said Striker 9. Rival 9 has insane mobility, insane
What are you
movement
talking
speed.
about,
But
bro? Try the burst one. It's godlike. That's what the chat be saying.
no, they use that shit. It's horrible, bro. Oh man.
Like, rival 9 would be fire, especially because it's like CDL. Like, I would love I would love an MCW meta as
Exactly.
well. Haven't had an M. I
Put
don't
those
think-
together, and we would be the CDL.
Yeah. I
Zelda
mean,
Champs bundle.
Yeah.
I just spent
There's
2,400 COD points on a sick MCW blueprint, bro. Like, come on.
they
bro.
got some fire
I'm
blueprints,
so
but that
on the
gun's
edge,
trash.
like, so close to buying that one, but I don't buy anything. But that one
But
looks sick.
J-God, if they made a meta, you'd buy it.
No.
Only if it was pay to win.
That DMZ shit right there, bro. No, man. I mean, boys, Adrian, what gun would you like to see in the rotation right now potentially be meta? I'll ask all of you guys that, right? But Adrian.
Honestly, probably the. Oh, this is rough. Rival sounds good, but I would prefer like a Uzi. The Uzi hits really hard
Okay.
right now,
New sub, bro.
but or the new sub, or
New sub.
or if they
Right.
come out, new season. There's 3 new guns, and they're all fucking dog shit.
Well, we
What's up
are
with
getting
that?
a mid-season gun in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Damn, already?
And I really hope the Bal's good.
I hope the Bal's
I
meta.
really hope it's good because I Advanced Warfare was one of my favorite CODs. Even now I still enjoy using the Moors, but the new sub if that was good, I would use it for sure. For sure.
What about you, Aiden? You said new sub?
I think it's so weird to have a new sub, and it's like I've seen a couple people use it in like pubs, but I feel like it's just not even. I don't even think it's like a top 5 sub. Like, I mean, I haven't used it personally, but I don't know. From what I've seen, I feel like there's at least 3 submachine guns that are better than it. So I feel like the new mid-season is the time to get rid of the RAM and the HRM. And if it's not gone by then, like we're toast, bro. We're toast. So yeah, the BAL, like A said, I'm super down for a BAL meta. I feel like it's a pretty nostalgic gun. I don't think a lot of people would complain about that. Sounds like a good time. Striker, I feel like, I don't know if we've had like a Striker meta. That gun's kind of fun, but yeah. I feel like it's like just a no recoil. It's a pretty vanilla feeling gun. Like it's just very no recoil. It's pretty basic. It's an OG gun. But honestly, anything at this point that's not RAM HRM, I'm down.
What about you, J God? What do you want to see?
What Aiden originally said, I think it would be a layup for them. Would be a rival and MCW. Would be a complete layup if that was the close and long range meta. And then they did like a 10-page thing where they buffed all kinds of random shit on MW2 guns. Because if those could slip in and be crazy, like good, whether it's a cast off 7.62 or 5.45 randomly because it was never good, or one of these random guns that could actually be good, then you could have some fun with it. Still knowing that we'd have the rival and the MCW as the top dogs, but at least you'd have some flexibility, especially when it comes to the like the content creation side. Like it's hard to even argue some of these guns are barely even viable. Like they're bad. Yeah. You know? They're just bad.
Wouldn't it help too? Like, because do we have any MW2 guns on ground loot? Like, I wouldn't mind having
cast off right now.
I wouldn't mind having, the MW2 guns being a little bit better and then seeing those incorporated in ground loot. So we're seeing less marksman rifles, snipers, fill the loot pool up with more of that.
M4's on there too.
They're all ass though.
Yeah, they're so bad.
And that has never had its time to shine in Warzone 2 and above. It's crazy.
What I think is cool too is like we have all these new like the Jack glassless optic and stuff, and you can use those on the MW2 guns. So it'd be interesting to see. It wouldn't feel like, here we go, ISO 45 again, like Hemlock, but you could have some new attachments on there. Like there's new underbarrels, Brune Heavy, whatever. We could switch it up a bit. So I'd be down for them to bring back some of the MW2 guns. I mean, they're in the game, we might as well use them.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, bro, like again, that there's so many guns even back in Cold War, like. Because you could use old attachments on those, right? Or was it just, were you just no? Actually, no, that's wrong. You could only use whatever guns were on, like were from the same title, right? Jay, God, you correct me if I'm wrong.
For which one?
Like back when it was Cold War and
for Warzone 1,
you couldn't use Modern Warfare 2019 attachments.
No. They were locked to their own individual titles, right. Or some stuff could have been broken. If we could have a 10 attachment kilo, that shit would have gone crazy.
I'm trying to remember what exactly, but now like it gives a new identity.
Put a Raider stock on some of these SMGs.
Oh, dude, that would imagine that. Like taped grip on. I don't know.
That'd be insane.
On over 2019.
Do you guys think conversion kits should be banned and ranked?
Good question.
I mean, the way that they are right now, I would say no. Besides the Renetti, I feel like they slipped up, and that one was just fucking out of this world. But I tried that Core 45, and that shit was ass. So,
what are you talking about? It's the number one meta right now. It's YouTube.
That shit is ass. I don't know.
One,
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, you know what I hate about that?
New meta, bro. Thank you later.
Jack pulled me on is actually it. Like I promise.
That one was crazy. That one was crazy.
Yeah, I hate that about the like new meta, like some of the loadout, Twitters and stuff. They like strictly go off of time to kill, or people like, Aiden, this gun's the best time to kill. It's the meta, and I'm like. Dude, there's other variables to a gun than time to kill.
Tier, bro. It kills in like 150 milliseconds or something.
It's got like a 10-round mag or something.
Yeah, it's got a 10-round mag. It's so slow. No ADS speed. It's like, dude.